Once upon a time, bad bitch Eva Villain lived in the city.
What does Gisele Bundchen, the Olympics, summer, and Brazil all have in common? Brazilian lemonade, baby. Let's make some today. Today we are making Brazilian lemonade. It's really simple. It's just 4 ingredients. We have condensed milk, sweetened condensed milk, ice, and limes. Now, all these lemonade recipes, these lemonade videos, I'm not sharing the recipes. It's just really because if you're interested in it, I'd really rather, and you really were that interested that you wanted to take the time to find the recipe, I really just wanted you to specifically get the recipe from, an abundant of YouTube vlogs where really the actual person is from that country presenting that recipe. So let's get to making Brazilian lemonade. Now to my Hamilton Beach blender, I've just added those limes that I cut up, quartered. I'm going to add some water and I am going to blend. Now that I've blended the lime quarters and water, I did strain it through a mesh sieve or a sieve, and I added some ice. I did strain it twice. I've added some ice. I am going to add some of that condensed milk, about half of this can of condensed milk, and I am going to blend this all together. Now that I've blended the condensed milk, ice cubes together with the lime and water mix, we're done. Wow, this is an overflow. We are done. Let's get this into a cup, and I made a mess. But you know what? We're just keeping it real here. Let's give it a taste test. Brazilian lemonade. Wow. That tastes so good. It has a tropical taste to it. It's not like any lemonade you've tried. The lime mixed with the condensed milk, it has this tropical taste to it. This is good. You've got to make it. I do have an anecdote for Brazil. So Brazil hosted the Olympics back in 2016. And I remember it because my 2 younger daughters visited Brazil during that time. Back in 2016, when Brazil hosted the Olympics, my daughters were set to travel during that time. And I was kind of a bit worried because there was a lot of civil unrest going on during that period, because I guess Brazilians were kind of upset that there was poverty, but so much, there was no light being focused on that, and it was controversial. Brazil and the Olympics was a controversial time back then, and there was civil unrest in regards to Brazil and the Olympics and poverty. So my daughters, my 2 younger daughters had the opportunity to go and visit Brazil and actually live with host families in Brazil. I can't remember if their trip to Brazil also coincided. I know they were there during the Olympics, but I can't remember if it also coincided with the Pope visiting Brazil. They were there for a religious youth gathering for Catholics, and they got that opportunity through their dad. I do have to give credit to their dad for providing them with that opportunity to go and visit Europe and South America and different continents. And I live vicariously through them. I mean, I'm in my mid 50s and I've never visited Europe, but my daughters, they visited Europe and the South American continent when they were like at 16, 15 years old. So I'm good, because they've had there's just something about, if you're a mom, I mean, you live vicariously through your children, and you're just like so elated when they get to experience something extremely positive that you didn't have the opportunity to. You're kind of like, you feel so content and just so rewarded seeing your children experiencing something that's extremely positive that you don't get to experience. So anyway, going back to South America, specifically Brazil, they had the host family, one of my daughters, the host family gave her towels with her name embroidered on it. How sweet is that for this family to do that for my daughter? They really cared for my daughters, and it was nice that my daughters got to stay with host families, actual Brazilians that are that are rooted in that country, and that my daughters got to experience that. Just really nice people. So one of the things one of my daughters taught me was "brigada" or "brigada," and it means thank you in Brazil. And so I always remember that. When she came back, she says, "Mom, okay, this is how you say thank you in Brazil, brigada." That is the antidote for Brazilian lemonade and my personal experience with Brazil, living vicariously through my daughters. And obrigada, Brazil, for taking care of my daughters while they were there. I was worried, but I had faith because my daughters were there for a religious, a Catholic conference, and I just had faith that they would be okay, because I knew that Brazil was like a predominantly Catholic country, and my daughters were there strictly for that religious convention or gathering, a Catholic youth retreat. So I had faith that they would be okay. So you've got to make Brazilian lemonade. It is so good. Oh my